Guys, so one of the problems with getting ready to train lower body as you get older is we get pretty stiff down here. So we're going to start at the toes up and end up with pretty strong, supple legs ready to train hard. We're going to start with some really simple joint movement while I get my balance. We're just going to do circles here with the ankle. So I'm going to do 10 one way and 10 the other way. Again, like I said in the upper body mobility workout, you should be noticing, go the other way, any weird circles. Like if you can't draw a smooth circle with your foot, you've got an exhibited loss of motor control there. And until you clear that up, you will always struggle for lower body movement, because the information that comes from your ankle is so strong from a lower body mobility perspective that if you think about it, everything from the feet up is being affected by what's going on at the ankles. So if you have poor ankle mobility, you're going to have poor full body mobility anytime you're in this standing position. So if you want to squat, deadlift, lunge, run, get my balance back, any of those things from a lower body perspective, we need a solid ankle. So we just did what's called open chain ankle mobility. We're now going to do closed chain, which means the ankle is stuck in place. I'm just going to rotate around my foot now. You see I'm still trying to get a lot of movement in my ankle, keeping my foot flat on the ground, but now I start to integrate the knee in it as well. Pushing the knee as far around in the biggest circle I can, and one more, and then the other way. Really focusing, trying to keep that foot planted the whole time. Make the ankle and the knee do all the work. And 2 more. All right, and then the other foot, same things. Plant the foot, and I'm going to draw big circles with my knee to try to make that ankle range as big as possible. These warm-ups are excellent time to be noticing when you've got something weird going on one side versus the other. Maybe if you notice a really big discrepancy or asymmetry while we're doing this, maybe you change the workout. Maybe you decide that, you know what, in my case, this left ankle, we're going to go the other way. Much stiffer than my right ankle at the moment. I had a running injury that I picked up a week ago. The calf is still really tight. I've got some hamstring stuff going on the same side. This ankle is really not very happy at the moment. It's kind of trying to create some mobility and stability that the rest of my body has given up at the moment. It's very, very stiff. Maybe today's not the day to squat. Maybe I don't have enough ankle range to make that work for me. Now we're just going to go feet together. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm still doing ankles, just now I'm doing them in a different position with my feet together, doing ankles and knees integrated together. 9, and 1 more, then back the other way. Really try to draw the biggest circle you can. Nine, 1 more. All right, now from here, we're just going to go to ass to grass split squat, plant my foot. I've regressed this, so this allows me the maximum range at the ankle while getting a big stretch at the hip. We're going to do 10, 3, 4. If you're really good at this exercise, you can do this with your foot flat on the ground. Most people will find they need to start with a stair or a step like I'm doing. You can use a workout bench. You can gradually regress this to the ground as you get much more flexibility here. And the 10th rep, we're just going to hold it here for 10 seconds. I want to make sure I push my knee as far forward as possible, make this the greatest angle possible while stretching the ankle out as much as possible. Let this leg drag behind, get the biggest stretch possible. Then we're going to change sides. Same thing. Plant the foot, let myself come forward. What I'm looking for is the movement should be the same side to side. Again, I'm noticing big discrepancies in this ankle from one side to the other. I feel like I can't even get my knee forward on this side. This is definitely something that needs some work if I'm going to choose to squat today, where you need bilateral ankles to be behaving the same way. I've got a big asymmetry now from left to right on this ankle. We're going to do 1 more. hang out here for 10 seconds. And in fact, this side is so tight, all I feel is action going on here at the front. So I've got some impingement going on. I can't even feel a stretch in my ankle on this side. Today's not the day for me to be squatting heavy if that was what I had planned in my lower body workout. I'd be fine to split squat, I'd be fine to deadlift, single leg deadlift, Bulgarian squat. Definitely not the day for barbell back squatting or front squatting today though. Now from here, we want to do this really cool trick with the vestibular system. You can use wedges or you can use a plate to stand on. But what I want to do is I want to change my relationship to the ground. So I'm going to do that by firstly jacking my heels up too far away. I know I can't touch the ground. You have to be able to touch the thing. So I reach up, bend down, oof, and then stand back up. I'm going to do 10 of these. So this position here changed my relationship to my ankle. I've changed my relationship to my posterior chain. Now with my history of hamstring issues, I've got some sciatic stuff going on. I've got some calf stuff going on. We're going to flip these around. So now I'm in a much different position. You're going to see I'm going to lose some flexibility straight away. That's much harder to get to. My calf is much more on stretch. This is much more nervy in terms of the way it feels. You want to be able to, if you're reaching the ground, actually put pressure on it so that you force your core to engage in that down position. Make sure to stand up tall on each one, full extension. 3 to go. There we go. Last couple of things, then we'll be ready to go. So the first thing, gonna get myself a nice wide stance, drop down into a Cossack squat, and I'm gonna do 10 each side. Whoop. If I can keep my balance, that would be excellent. You see, I've got some real restrictions here. If we're looking at this, 1/2 of me as my squat depth, you can see I'm barely hitting depth on my left-hand side. My right side, I'm sitting a little bit lower. We'll do 2 more each side. That's starting to get there. And then one last exercise to make sure my squat is okay. I'm just gonna use a kettlebell. The reason is because the load's in front, it forces my core to brace. It allows my hips to open up much more effectively. I can just give myself a couple of little helps down the bottom, a couple of curls. Actually helps you sit into the squat better. So you can see now I'm starting to relax into this position a lot more. I'm going to start to get my feet a little bit straighter. My ankle's behaving a little bit better now. We'll do 1 more. And then we're good to go. So now you're ready to start your actual squat workout, whatever warm-up sets you need for whatever exercise is next. If you like the content, hit like and subscribe. Make sure to go to the community at peakperformance40.com where we talk about this kind of stuff endlessly with guys just like you chasing their fitness dreams.